Hey everybody, welcome to Speech Bubble. Butch Hartman here with Jace.
Hey.
And our intern at the new network here, Holly Payne. Holly Payne, favorite Danny Phantom character?
Danny Phantom.
Mine's Fred Flintstone. Roll the theme music.
It's a good one. Good choice.
So, Holly Payne, huge Danny Phantom fan. Now, what would you say is your favorite episode of Danny Phantom ever?
My Brother's Keeper.
My Brother's Keeper.
For sure.
For sure.
There are other ones that I'm very impressed by. I think
Like?
Maternal Instinct.
I love that one.
That's one of my favorites.
Is that where Danny loses his powers? He's hunted in the woods?
Yes.
Love that one. That's one of my all-time faves. Yeah.
Oh man, one of my favorite lines
Did
is
I
in
write
that
that
episode.
one? Or did Sib or Marty write that one?
I think Sib wrote it, but
Maybe
I'm not
did?
sure.
Okay. I was very involved in writing of all of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, the credited
Yeah.
writer was, I think, Sib. Yeah, but those guys are super talented.
Did the
right?
writing have like a writer's room like Fairly
Oh, yeah.
OddParents?
Yeah.
Or was it
And
individual?
then back in the day, I would actually go from the Fairly OddParents writing room right into the Danny
Okay.
Phantom. I was writing all day long.
Oh yeah.
And with these guys, and it was a much different writing room because Danny Phantom episodes are half an hour,
Yeah.
and not super comedy. They're not super comedy laden like the Fairly OddParents are. But still, you had to have those character moments. You had to have those through lines.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom had an act. We had a cold open title sequence, and then the act 1, act break, and then act 2, and it was a lot of writing in there, a lot of story, yeah, big time.
And that was groundbreaking at the time. That
Oh, yeah.
story structure and the fact that, the episodes that it has narrative complexity. There aren't that many cartoons.
Hear that? I have narrative complexity. Did you
Check
hear
it
that?
out.
See
Write
what I'm
that
saying?
down.
Just in
Boom.
2004.
Write down and post it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
By the
How
way,
about
what-
favorite TV movie?
What's my of Danny Phantom?
Danny Phantom. Yeah.
Danny Phantom. I know everyone says Ultimate Enemy, so yeah.
That's a good
the
movie,
Ultimate
though.
Enemy.
Best-
That's
yeah.
a good movie.
It's just
Yeah.
a cool concept.
What's the other one that you did? What was the other Danny Phantom movie that
Well,
we did?
There's
there's
Phantom Planet. There's Urban Jungle. What else?
Phantom Plan's an hour, but I think Ultimate Enemy is a little over an hour, or is it an hour?
it's an hour.
Okay,
then
okay.
there's also Rainstorm and
yeah.
Reality Trip,
Right,
which are both great episodes.
Yeah, they are
I
good.
think Ultimate Enemy, just because of the theme of it.
Yeah, yeah.
it
Ultimate
speaks
Enemy's
to me
great.
more.
I love that story tremendously. I love Dark Danny. I love the whole opening of
Yeah.
that.
Who's the voice of Dark Danny?
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts, very good. Who's the
Yes.
voice of the Ghost King?
I know this.
You got
Brian
this.
Cox.
Yeah, I knew you guys.
Yes.
Brian Cox.
Yes,
we
yes,
go.
I know
There you
it.
go.
Oh.
Bad guy from the Born
Oh,
Identity.
here's a question. What characters did Butch voice in Danny Phantom?
You were the voice of a sports announcer
Yes,
in the
I was.
episode What
Nice.
You Want.
Yes, I was with Steve Marmel. He was my co-writer at the time, and he was.
Oh, he's the co-anchor for it?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
was.
cool.
Yeah.
So he and I were both characters in the
that's funny.
sports.
Did it
booth.
look like you do?
Yeah, it looked
Nice,
like,
like
yeah.
caricatures,
And my
I
voice
guess.
sounds much younger. But yeah, that was really fun. And now, okay, I think that's so cool that you love Danny Phantom so much. And
I
like
love it.
now watching Danny Phantom, and you've seen every episode, obviously. And
Multiple times.
if we were to continue that series at that point, we'd have to make Danny an international superhero,
Yeah.
superstar, basically. I think there'd be like. We've talked about this on the YouTube channel, and we want to do like when we're like we see the Danny Phantom Federation, like there'd be like a whole building I think dedicated to Danny. He'd be like the leader of this maybe a worldwide global initiative to save the world or whatever, or to breach the ghost zone and humankind to like
Yeah.
become friends with that whole
Yeah.
the whole universe of the ghosts. I mean, that'd be a pretty cool story.
Oh yeah.
Then something would of course go horribly
Oh, yes.
wrong, and Dan would have to fix it. I think this is years later, but that'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
so much fun. I mean, and we've been talking. Do Danny and Sam ever get married? Do they stay together? Does Danny go with Valerie Gray? All of these
Ooh.
intriguing ideas.